Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 12 of the Next Generation of Superstars podcast. Very grateful today that we have Davion Guity. He's a small forward at LA Premier Prep. He's originally from the Bronx and started playing basketball at a very young age. Very grateful to have you on the show today.
Thank you. It feels good to be here. Oh, for sure.
I love it. Awesome, my man. Well, why don't you just give a little bit of a background and on how your story started? How did you first find the love for the game of basketball and your passion for the sport?
Yeah, so for sure. I grew up in a big city, so big sports area. Everybody loves the New York Knicks, Brooklyn Nets, so basketball was always a thing in my family. Everybody played. So when I was just growing up, really, it was just trying to find something interesting to do, like other than just sit in the house. So we had a park that was nearby, so we would just go like throw a football, play basketball. And I was always like good at it. So it's like nothing cocky about it, but I was just good. So I just, continue with it, just started connecting myself to trainers and coaches as I got older, like 8th grade. And I just stuck with it after I hit my growth spurt. So I just had to rock with it. I just always loved basketball.
That's incredible. And it's my favorite sport too. So I can definitely relate, for that love of the game that you share. Was there any specific coaches or mentors, as you were growing up, even back home that really played a huge part into, everything that shaped you as a player?
Really, it was just, my middle school coaches, my uncle also, but, that's more recently. AAU, I played with my uncle at Elmcore. He was my uncle Jermaine. He played at Kansas State, St. John's. So it was just he was always looking out for me, getting me in the gym, connecting me with, his associates, his coaches. So that was he played a part in me, like understanding of what I have to do to get to the next level, and like I have to want it more, grind more. So he was a big part.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the rest of your family and friends, were they pretty supportive as you were kind of growing
always.
up, and your teammates as well?
Always, yeah. My mother, she played a big part. She's a big support. Shout out to her. She always looked out. She made so many sacrifices for me to be in a position I am today.
That's incredible.
It's just my entire family, yeah.
I love it. And what about the rest of your community? Like, how did that kind of impact you as you were back home in Bronx and even now being in LA?
Yeah, man. The Bronx always had my back. Always, I don't like show myself outside as much, but ever since I was doing the things with overtime, connecting myself with them, it's just always been a big love in my community. Like I would pop out to a park, the kids would come out, show me love, take pictures, do videos. I'm not too big on TikTok, but they always try to throw me in their TikToks. Man, it's just it's big love in the Bronx, man. I love it.
It's great to have that love there. And how do you show that support back to your community? I mean, when you go back and see the kids that look up to you and want to take pictures, or maybe you sign their merchandise or other stuff like that, like what's something that's big for you to give back to your community, that you really feel like you have a place to do so?
And it's just my input and just giving them advice on what to do when they, as they get older. It's just because it's not hard, coming from the Bronx. It's like nothing's easy. So when they come out, it's just, they always ask me questions, and I'm telling them like it's not that easy. Like you're not gonna have just a straight path to success. It's not gonna work like that. But I'm always trying to give them advice on their next steps or what to do. So it's just not hard. So definitely my input.
Yeah. And how do you maintain, that strong of a mindset, right? Everyone has failures in any industry they're in, or being an athlete or non-athlete. What helps you the most in kind of, powering through those failures and really having those setbacks become comebacks?
Just my thoughts, like being like aware of my thoughts. I always had the mindset of not to give up. I've been through like hardships my entire life. So it's just maintaining the mindset to just keep going. Like it's gonna happen. Things like obstacles are gonna come. I just try to keep my loved ones close. Always. I don't never shout. I don't never think I'm too good to get advice from other people, older people. So I'm always listening to my mentors, like, because they've been through this already. So it's
Right.
just depth and meditation. Also, like, keep it to myself. Just taking
Yeah.
everything one step at a time.
Yeah, all those are a big part into really forming you to be, very resilient, and also persistent in your mission, to accomplish what you want to go after. What about any mentors? As we talked about, taking those lessons from people that you were your mentors and coaches. And has there been any like role models or basketball idols that you've looked up to that maybe you want to shape your game after, or you kind of take the skills that you've seen them really sharpen and kind of help you in your game?
Um, well, my current coach right now, Coach Keon, he's definitely being around him. He played the highest level Division I basketball. He coached many NBA players. He's always giving me his on how things are going. Definitely be tuning into what he got to say because he actually knows what he's talking about. But I'm definitely Coach Keon, yeah, my head coach right now at LA Premier. I'm always listening to what he got to say. He's definitely been, a big help of what I'm doing now and what I'm becoming, getting better as an athlete and as a person.
Right. Does he kind of help give you more of that blueprint of like, what are some of your visions and goals as an athlete, even going into this year? Do you want to, take it into the next level and play Division I as well as try to make it to an NBA? Like, what's kind of some of your goals as an athlete that you look forward to achieving?
Yeah, so as I'm coming to the end of my season at around March, definitely having a college set, definitely want to play Division I basketball, get, as well as get my education and using that as a way to go to school. So definitely play Division I basketball and eventually go pro. But that's all work behind it. That's goal setting. And I'm always going to work towards my goal to do so. So it's just definitely play pro basketball at the highest level.
That's awesome. And how many years left do you have right now before, you're at the collegiate level?
This is my last year. I'm looking to play college in the fall, this fall, 2023.
College in the fall. So it's coming up. Yes. It's a big year for you.
Right there, yeah.
That's awesome. And what about some more skills, as you've developed throughout high school? Has there been any specific skills that you've learned, whether it's been leadership or communication or even stuff you've learned from your teammates that's helped you out?
Definitely big on communication now. Talking more, you have to communicate at any level, not just the next level. Communication and leadership is two big ones that you just named that I'm learning and I'm doing very better at now. Communication is actually, athletes needs to know that it's the most important thing in basketball, communication. So definitely, yeah.
No, it is. It's in everything, right? As you grow older and you see, how you can communicate in anything you're doing, as well as the leadership, right? And you see that on the court as well, that you have to, play that role to a certain extent. That's really going to help benefit yourself and the team. What about any hobbies or interests or things you'd like to do on the side besides basketball? Is there anything that you'd like to kind of just do that takes your mind off the game or schoolwork or help you kind of de-stress?
Mostly just lay back, chill, rehab, as resting my body, just throwing the headphones, listening to music. Really a chill person, laid back. So definitely just maybe throwing a movie, but that's debatable. I try not to do that so much.
What's some of the music you like to listen to?
Oh, I listen to all types of music. I'm not gonna, do the debate on Lil Baby Drake. I don't really do that. But I listen to all types of music.
I love it.
It's definitely.
No, that's great. And it allows you to kind of have that experience where you're not just focused on one set of, genre of music. You want to be able to have that diverse portfolio of everything you listen to. Kind of shifting a little bit back into, everything that you're now going into the collegiate level in the fall, and you're seeing right now in high school, the NIL, and that being legitimized a little over a year and a half ago in the summer of 2021, and now we're in 2023. What was your initial thoughts when you saw the NIL happen and allowing athletes like yourself to actually capitalize on it?
Just another opportunity, take everything as another opportunity. So I looked at it wow, the things that they're able to do for athletes. So I started focusing more on branding my name, image, trying to grow my name. So it's like if I, I'm just looking at everything as a another way to help out like others. Like it's gonna and help out myself also. So I just looked at it like it's a great opportunity to grasp and just look forward to in the future as I am now, working with multiple brands and partnerships. I'm just looking at it like this is the next step for me, and
Yep.
definitely.
Well, it's a long-term play, right? And I think
Yeah, long
that's where it
term.
was it's a long time coming for it to be legitimized. And now that it's passed, like athletes like yourself can see it as you don't have to, do it and then, get one deal and be done. You can be doing all different types of brand deals and partnerships and really elevate your game and brand as an individual. That's going to help you, later in life, even after your career. And I think that's what's so powerful is just the educational component on it, that you can understand all these different types of industries and what these brands are doing.
Definitely.
And how you can fit into that picture. And it can help you and others around you and even your community. And it can really just have that trickle effect that's powerful.
Definitely.
What about with what you're seeing now with Burst, and you've joined our family recently in the beginning of this year? Being into the Web3 sports industry now, I know this is very new and futuristic with the technology evolving. What were your thoughts when you first saw what we were creating over here at Burst?
Yeah, definitely. It was a different look of everything else that I was working with. So I was like, oh, like I was interested after I was first, like after it was first brought to me, after I first saw it. So I'm like, this is like like Web3 is just, it's just next level. So it's just I'm already knowing like as the years go by, it's a long term, of course, but as time go by, it's definitely going to be like one of the big things that I just wanted to be able to say, oh, when it first started or as it was first coming up, I was there. So it's just
Yep, you're at the front of it.
definitely
That's incredible. We
definitely
appreciate you and are grateful to have you part of the family and the journey that we're on to creating this and
definitely.
helping young athletes like yourself. And kind of going off what we were talking about earlier is that when you get to that collegiate level and even the NBA, how do you want to use your voice and your brand to really impact the youth and really give back to the community and the people that look up to you? What do you want to do? That's some of your plans or things that you thought of that could really help out those in need.
Yeah, definitely. I always was big on helping like others in my community, the youth especially. Um, the parks aren't the same anymore. Like so when I like definitely like in the areas that I grew up in, uptown in the Bronx, there's not that many parks that you can go to. It's always a distance. So there's like areas that can be used for parks and recs. Definitely run camps for the kids to come out in the summer, to get them out of the house, or just events where everybody can come out and just have fun, be themselves.
Yeah,
definitely do all
yeah,
of
and
that.
that's the best part of it, right? To be able to do that, and for those that look up to you and say that you can actually be within them, that community to go
Exactly.
back and host those type of events, and really give back. It's truly a special thing to do. And
Facts.
kind of, another thing is, you're from the Bronx and now living in LA. What's the difference? Do you like living in LA where you're playing right now, LA Premier Prep, or do you miss kind of back home? I mean, two different, sides of the
Yeah.
country right now. How has that been adjusted? How have you adjusted to that?
Well, New York City to LA, both the biggest cities in the country.
Right.
So it's of course I miss home. I miss my family, but I necessarily like I'm a miss home as I travel basketball. But I know it's it's a sacrifice. I'm doing it for the greater good. But
Right.
I definitely love living in LA. The weather's great. I know it's cold everywhere else right now in the world, but LA
It's
is
true.
great weather, great climate. I like it. Everybody out here is pretty chill, laid back for the most part. But I just met new people, like great people, like with a good voice. So I like living in LA. It's cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And we'll wrap it up here. Davion, we appreciate you having you on the show. What are
Definitely.
3 lessons that you would like to say that have really helped you in your career so far that you would, give advice to those watching this and your fans out there in the audience? What are 3 lessons that you feel is important that's helped you in your career so far?
Just keep working. Don't let up. No matter what happens in your career path, stick with it. Plan A, that plan B is not Like, don't try to set your mind on, if this don't work, what am I gonna do? Set it on what's next. Like, what's next for me? Just don't let up. Keep grinding. If you want to do something, like, just keep it on your mind and stick with it, and just keep going, keep grinding, always.
That's awesome. No, and those are all great pieces of advice. Just to recap what you said, keep working and really grinding and going for it. Always be looking for what's next. And 3, really set your mind and you can achieve it. And I think having that mindset is so powerful, because everyone gets tied up into different things every single day. But when you can really, have that mindset going into each and every day, it allows you to be dominant. And that's something that a lot of people are working to understand and how to do that. And you've trained your mind to be able to allow you to achieve those goals that you want to achieve.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, everybody, please go follow Davion on social media and look out for him this year in basketball at LA Premier Prep. Very excited for your future and going to the collegiate level. And we're glad to have you part of the family.
Thank you. Appreciate it.